we say. It is the reason we have no hair. Welcome to the Bob and Bonkers Show.
Honestly, I must admit, Dakota, that video is awesome. It really is.
Thank you.
Thank you. He's done it again. Chris Humps Older. Change that bag.
Hey,
see, this is
if you're into older women, that's on you.
Well, honestly,
hey,
whatever
I'm floats your
today.
boat, my friend.
I'm that tired tonight. I don't give a fuck. So just see this, ladies and gentlemen, out there in the podcast world. You don't know what it's like to have a co-host that changes your name. You know what's that? PWI spiritual investigators. Oh my god! Ha ha ha! Well, Sherry, you should have been here when he was talking about you. Behind the scenes, he was. He was talking about you. You know, she's going to message you now saying, "What was he saying? What were you saying about me?" You know,
should hear about what he was saying. My God,
I know,
some of the profanities about the ladies that are in the chat right now. My goodness,
I know.
When we had this meeting, Chris, you cannot be.
I know,
Raymond.
It's Raymond. Honestly, I'm looking forward to the day that I meet you in person, Raymond. And honestly, I think it'll be a great night. I know when we go to
for how much you go for fucking CBD, Raymond will start really looking like Shaggy.
What do you mean? Look, I'll admit, I tell you, I use a vape pen, and I put CBD oil in it. I admit it. But in my country, it's legal. In your country, I don't know. But in my country,
on the federal level, it's illegal. But at the certain states have started to legalize it. It's weird. Basically, you can go to a dispensary in places where it's legal. You can buy it. You can't take it out of the bag. You can't take it out when you're in the car. You can only smoke it when you're at home. That's basically how it works.
It's CBD. You don't get high off it.
Well, CBD itself is technically not illegal.
It's weird. It's not get THC.
But no, it's like for like weed and shit. That's how it works. You can only smoke it in your own home.
Then whoever's on the Facebook side, look at the wee picture they put, the wee face. That looks like you, a wee yellow face, with a big mouth and that, a bald head. Looks
what in the hell, jaundice? What?
What's that? Welcome everyone. Please share and enjoy the show.
That was Raymond that put that.
Oh, Raymond. That's terrible, Raymond. What's that? Well, catch Dakota asleep and paint his head like an 8-ball. I don't think the day big enough spray paint cans, to be purely honest with you, Raymond. You know, I need to get 2. You know.
So I'm the 8-ball, he's the cue ball.
Honestly, I think tonight's going to be awesome, guys. Well, we're going to be joined by Lewis tonight, but sadly, Lewis is very tired because he's been working all day. Lewis, you're tired.
I guess we should also say we were supposed to have Moonblade on as well.
Yes.
But apparently yesterday was his birthday, so happy birthday, Aaron. You know, you missed out on one hell of a show because tonight, in place of Lewis and Moonblade skipping out on us, Chris is going to demonstrate how to use an anal probe on himself.
Well,
Chris, take it away.
I would love to, ladies and gentlemen, but honestly, you can see by Dakota's face that he's used it too much. The actually problems you can have there. I think we should actually do a program on this subject. You know that
on anal probe. My God.
Wait, I mean, let's face it. It's out there in the UFO community, right? It's out there in the UFO. Maybe Raymond's into that kind of stuff. He like that kind of stuff.
I would imagine, you know, based on what he was telling us last night, his little weird UFO drink kind of sounds like you had some.
It's his eyes. He couldn't walk right after it for about a week. Seemingly, he was telling us afterwards and stuff like that. But he said he really enjoyed it.
Aye,
there's Ken. There's Ken. There. He's
speaking of probing, Ken walks in the room.
There is a man that wants to experience an alien event. Is Ken? You know.
Well, there was supposed to be a big UFO conference down in Orlando this weekend. Elena was actually one of the guest speakers. Fucking pissing
You
me
could have
off that I
went.
couldn't
Would you
get-
not go for?
I had to pay for car repairs.
Oh,
Trust me,
that's
there's a
what
woman down
happens.
there who wanted me to go.
That's what happens when you drive a car that's over 20 years old.
It's the only kind of car I could fit.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to donate to the channel, we're going to save up and buy a Dakota, a Humvee. You know, you could drive about.
Whoa, I made the mistake of looking at some of Sherry's comments. You know, she's getting awfully excited about the mention of anal probes.
Oh my God, we should not have mentioned that in front of Sherry. See, it's
her
got to be all over the internet now.
Her boyfriend's sitting aside taking notes, trying to keep evidence in case she ever goes to deny something.
See the thing. Sherry has got a dirty mind, ladies and gentlemen. She really has.
She wanted us to open up a Bald and Bonkers sex shop.
I know, Sherry. That is just disgraceful. There you go. We can get Raymond. He could be a model for us.
Oh, look, Raymond has even dealt with the purple ladies himself.
But there you go. You don't know what you're missing when you don't get abducted by purple women. You know. But
Wow.
you know, guys, we've got some amazing pictures tonight from Lewis to look at, and we're going to let you decide what you see in them. I wish he could come on because he is very tired, you know, but Dakota's here, so he'll be able to tell us some stuff about the moon. What's this? Poor Sherry is getting it tonight. Better watch, boys. The veil is...
As I recall, you would need a hair sample in order to utilize most hexes. And sorry, ladies, but unfortunately, unless you're offering up a little bit of playtime, that's about it. Yeah, I went there.
Oh, God. You know, honestly, but Ken is the man to be abducted by aliens. It wouldn't be long bringing them back. That's what I'm going to say. That.
Yeah, they're either going to have one hell of a party or be desperate to send his ass back.
Oh my God! Can you imagine the ship breaks down halfway between Earth and Mars, and you're stuck with Ken? I don't think the AAA is going to help you there somehow. You know, but you know that's. You know,
wow.
What's that for Drew's paranoid? You know, I was away today, ladies and gentlemen, to Moffat, looking at Moffat Cemetery in Scotland. Check out the video on Ghost God Scotland. But it was the inventor of tarmac. I know that's kind of on, but interesting. That's what his grave is. Very interesting. Check it out, guys. I've got to give my channel a wee thing there, you know, help things grow. But what are they all saying in the chat there, Dakota? What are they all saying?
I don't know. They're trying to fire back, and quite frankly, they don't have my expertise.
I think we've got some new people in the chat tonight, to be purely honest with. Who have we got?
Well,
no, we've got a couple of new ones.
There's a couple off of the Facebook side I don't recognize, and in case these ladies have been here before, and I'm saying I don't recognize you, I'm sorry, but I deal with a lot of women. Wait,
yeah. A lot of them are aliens, by the way. I would like to point that out. You know, big blobs with tentacles and one eye in the middle.
Sad thing is, after we first met Craig Campbell Bassel, I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah, well, Craig Campbell Bassel is definitely an interesting fellow. I will say that now. Yeah, very interesting.
I know.
Fellow.
I got to get my ass down to Los Angeles.
I know. Just don't go when the big one goes. You know, take a wee bag with you and put a hammer, a chisel, and a bottle of water in it, just in case you get there's a earthquake or something. You chisel yourself.
There's always earthquakes.
Aye, but the big one's due, the big one is definitely due. There is somebody that's a member of actually Go Scotland, is actually the team, and he's not been out yet. It's Scottish Outlooker. I said that with a kind of, a cool name. Scottish Outlooker.
You suck for narrator voices,
what do you
man.
mean? Welcome.
What do you mean?
Give me your best one. Give me your best one for Scottish Outlooker then. Go.
Welcome. Scottish Outlooker.
I will
realize I produced audiobooks, right?
I have heard a few of yours, huh? No?
Yeah, okay, now you just confirmed you're into dirty books.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's this? Oh, the poor captions are trying to follow what Chris are saying.
Between-
Let's see how we can make a mess of the captions for Facebook. It'll
Oh,
collapse.
Facebook, YouTube. Oh my god! Anytime you go to
Hi.
mention bowls,
Hi.
you know, like
We were
bowls you
root-
eat out of, it makes it sound like you're talking about eating balls. But
Talking about balls. Talking about balls. Right. I got a big bag of Uncle Joe's mint balls today. Big bag.
you want to know honestly what I'm wanting to do for a Halloween episode?
What's that?
Speaking of balls,
Mm.
I happen to see this thing online, and I wish I saved it. Edible, realistic eyes and
I thought you were
hearts,
going to say balls.
and just there's those too, but
Edible, realistic eyes.
oh yeah,
Why
they're
would you
chocolate.
want to eat chocolate eyes? You know.
Yeah, made to look like legitimate. You know, all those videos you see online is a cake. You know, yeah. I just want to start eating on it, make it look like I'm actually eating a dead person, or
That's
find like a
just that's
skull to
just
drink out of.
the FBI's watching this, or any ETF American agencies. Please contact me. I can always put you in contact with Dakota where he stays.
Why would alcohol, tobacco, and firearms be watching me?
I don't know, but I just thought I'd throw that in there too. You never know; they might want to take you away. What's that Scottish Outlooker saying in the chat there? Brilliant,
He's like,
guys.
her and him and Andrina are talking about doggy style.
I wonder how have noticed, right, when certain Scottish people talk in Facebook, the captions at the bottom can't really understand this. You know, hey, so tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be looking at the moon. Hi.
Speaking of
It's
mooning,
Mike, the naked Bigfoot man in the
So,
woods.
should
What?
we try to actually get into the topic for
Yep.
tonight? Because I
Let's get
think
in it.
we might, if at the rate we keep going, we're gonna see it hit like 59 minutes, 59 seconds, and realize, oh shit, we just BS the entire time.
Yeah, very true. What's that? We have another Facebook user there. Is that YouTube? Steven.
That's
Welcome.
Stephanie.
I know, Stephanie. Sorry. I blame my co host here because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. You know? But anyway, let's jump from that. Stephanie, I'll need to write that down somewhere. I'm awfully bad for mispronouncing people's names. Do you know what I'm awfully bad for? Is forgetting people's names.
So does
You
that
ever
mean
in one of those situations where you know somebody, but you don't know what they're called?
Yeah, I've been there before.
Uh,
It took me like 6 months to actually remember the dude's name just because I couldn't find an opening.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Right, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the moon. Wow.
Nothing. Nothing.
You should have seen Dakota when he came on the night, ladies and gentlemen. He was all depressed. He was like,
Who said I was depressed?
and I was like, what's
How
wrong,
do you know I
Dakota?
wasn't
And he
just
was like,
reading something?
what were you reading?
Focusing on something.
That's okay. That's okay. It gets bigger over time. You can get medication and stuff, so don't worry about it. Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
you're talking about erectile dysfunction, and Sherry's going saying, yes, they're going in and out, in and out, in and out.
right, ladies and gentlemen, Lewis was going to be joining us tonight to talk about the moon. The moon's quite an interesting place. I mean, let's face it, it's meant to have the resources of gold and God knows what other resources are up there. But why do we not go up there and mine it? That's a question for you, Dakota. Why did we not go back to the moon and start mining it?
Because it's according to conspiracy, every time we tried to go back, they kicked us off.
Exactly. But you think about it. If you think about it, there's trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars worth stuff on that moon. Right? But we don't get it. So we've actually got some amazing pictures, but Would you like to show them the pictures, or will I bring the first one?
Let's show some pictures because there's some of these we got to get some discussion on because.
Yep. Oh, well, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm getting the
All right.
construction.
So what the fuck is this supposed to be?
I don't actually know because he's not here to tell me. So
Yeah.
it's the moon. But here's one. But I do find this interesting, right? Dakota thinks it's a hair, right? I don't think it is a hair. I think it's something else.
Well, if I had a more direct file, I could go in and take a look at it.
I mean, what's your thoughts, guys, in the chat? What's your thoughts on that? I mean, it's one of the right weird ones. It's like, if that was a hair, do you know? I mean, try and explain it, Dakota, for me being stupid and all that kind of stuff. Right, let me go.
All right. Honestly, the first thing that came to mind, it just looks like he may have like a hair on the lens. And I know Lewis has got cats, and yeah, there's some people already trying to shoot this down, but you got to realize when the hair, and especially if it's certain colors, gets too close to the lens, it actually can reflect upon it. That's why they say you got to be careful with like camera straps or female investigators if you ever see streaks of light pop up in photos, because this can cause the same effect. Even if you're taking moonshots, it maybe it's just something you just didn't see until it was too late. It can happen. Trying to maintain some sort of level of skepticism here because we don't want to fall for some stupid shit if somebody tries to pull a fast one over us.
Yeah. Here's
now,
the next
I could be wrong. It looks like it's the same photos without the pink circle, but
yeah,
like I said, if I had a direct source, I could probably go in because actually, now that I'm actually paying attention, almost looks like there's a bit of a tower there.
I see. That's why I sat and looked at this the night when he sent it to me, right? And there is some weird stuff in this. It's not a hair. It isn't a hair.
Yeah.
It's something else. There's something else in this picture. I wish you were here, Lewis. I know you're sitting watching this right now.
Like I say, if I can get a more direct file source, because me trying to get a screen grab isn't going to produce the best response if I try to edit it right now.
I'll bring another one up and tell me your honest opinion about this. Now, this I find fascinating because you've got the dark side of the moon, but it's light. But here's an interesting thing. Look at the top right-hand side. What do you see? Near the Building Bonkers logo. It's that thing for the last photo, isn't it?
Hold on. Just thought of something. I don't have that particular picture saved on my phone. Or my computer, rather.
Mm-hmm. I can send you them, no bother.
No, I just thought of something.
Now, there's somebody in the chat I've not seen for a very long time. Welcome, Doom Show Last Train Out. It's really good to see you, brother. It's really good. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's really good to see you. But it's... You see the top corner? It's like... It looks like the hair kind of one, right? But I'm not... It's no hair that. It's something else.
I still have it saved on here. Honestly, the way it kind of reflects, you remember a few episodes back, I showed you a picture where it almost kind of, there's some sort of weird light effect that almost looks like there's two, spotlights crossing each other, and all of a sudden there's a shape there.
Yep.
It looks like it's partially cloaked.
Yeah.
Kind of has the same effect now that I'm looking at it.
Well, below the Balding Bonkers, is that what you're talking about? Below the Balding Bonkers?
Yeah.
It's got that kind of long line. I mean, there's nothing below it and there's nothing above it.
Well, not that the camera's picking up on.
Exactly.
Too much light in the foreground.
But do you find that in the middle? Do you? I mean, that's just freaky, that stuff. I mean, that's just like, what the hell is that?
Because that almost looks like the giant crab from Moana.
It is, doesn't it? That's weird, that. But you see how it's emitting its own light source? I mean, it's the dark side of the moon, or is that a reflection?
That looks more like it's reflecting off of something.
Right, here we go. Here's the next one, ladies and gentlemen. But right, I'm thinking the crater here. You can see something that's in the crater, but they're also there's right. How can I show you this? I don't know if you can. You can't see my mouse. So to the left hand side, you've got like a kind of valley where it goes down at a kind of fine angle. It looks like there's a saucer floating. Can you see that?
I don't know.
You know, see it. I mean, you've got.
I'm skeptical whenever somebody goes to try to show me these really zoomed up photos, trying to say that
I
there's
know.
something right there because it distorts the image.
It distorts the image.
This is just my editor side coming out saying,
Yeah.
"Why the fuck are you sending me shitty photos?"
Well, that's what you sent me. So I wished you were here, Lewis. But anyway, here's another one.
All
We're
right.
back to the strange here.
See here. This is one actually shows a little bit more definition. Like I said, this looks like it's catching something right here. Funny. And I'll admit, sometimes there's been reports of this, and I may have seen it only on one occasion. But when the cloaking starts to kick in, sometimes you'll kind of get a visual effect that looks a lot like the Predator's camouflaging.
It doesn't look like that kind of effect. I will say that.
Yeah, something's there.
I'll see if I can get them to send you. I'll see if I can get me the originals so as I can send them to you, and so you can fiddle about with them.
Well, for fuck's sake, Liz, you can just add me. I don't bite hard.
Now I don't really know what I'm looking at here. To be purely honest with you, what do you see?
Aside from the funky looking rock towards the top there,
it does look like a funky rock.
And then what kind of looks like a devil face. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just jump on the next one. This one's quite intriguing because it looks like there's something sitting in the crater. But as I say, it's a screenshot of a screen. Again.
Yeah, you can tell from the pixelation. It looks like he just held up his camera, pulled up the photo, and took a picture of the camera screen with his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Something you can do if you're in a rush, but that actually looks that it looks like he tried to sharpen the image but went too far.
Yeah.
Because you see where it has kind of that maze look towards the bottom.
Yeah.
There's certain Photoshop effects you can do that would cause that effect if you use them too much.
Now, is it this one? This one's intriguing me. What's your thoughts?
Why? Because on the very left-hand side, it looks like there's a penis sticking out.
There you go. It's the what are the wee creatures that live in the moon? What are they called? Oh,
Peckerheads.
You're too young. No, you're too young to remember. British people in the chat, what were they called? They lived in the moon. 1960s. I'm too. Doesn't matter. Everybody's too young for that.
I'm sure about that.
You've got Sherry in the chat. Seen that? She's seen that. Now, Sherry, control yourself.
Not Sherry. Sherry seeing the penis.
I'm just gonna have a quick look at that. Doom Show last train out. Oh, history is a lie. Was that when we see that it all makes sense, sort of. Yeah, very true, Doom Show. Very, very true.
Now,
and
see the particular part that was
we're back to the hair again.
Yeah, it looks like that's the same photo circled.
But we've got some videos, and the guys, I'll play this video about 3 or 4 times because it's quite long.
See,
right?
Like this one here. The difference in coloration is what catches my attention.
It's plus the giant penis.
Me and my big mouth.
I could have helped myself. Like Sherry has got me for it too.
It could be an ET getting jiggy. Well, you know, they say the Pleiadians, they had the technology to create artificial birth, but they prefer the old-fashioned way.
Ken, I've just noticed something. Is it just me, right? What are those lines at the very bottom? Are they hairs? See them?
It looks like it. Yeah, that looks like something
on the crack in the screen.
More like a hair on the screen.
Right.
You gotta
Just
remember,
wondered-
Lewis has cats.
You know what? He has dogs. He's got a dog.
Thought he had
Doesn't
cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that does look like dog hair.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, here's some videos. The first video is the original, and then we've got one that's like a zoom up off it, which I find quite intriguing. I'll play that again in a minute. But what did you think of the one with the crater? It looks like the structure on it.
You should have utilized a screen share for those videos so we can actually pick it apart better. I'll bring this down.
Right. So this one's a better one, right? That's interesting, isn't it? That video.
It does kind of look like there's some docking stations for craft.
Yeah. It's just too weird, that one. I mean, you can clearly see the stuff on the ground. You can see the saucers.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Do you think we will ever go back to the moon? Obviously, Bald and Bonkers is going to the moon soon. Isn't that true?
Mm-hmm.
The time capsule or whatever that is, you know? But you would think with all the resources it's meant to be up there, the gold, the titanium, the liquid water that's frozen, right? It's the perfect place to build a base to launch ships towards Mars, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why are they not going near it? Why? Because every time they go there, I think they're told to get off it.
There's actually old tapes that have been dug up by hackers from manned moon missions saying that we're not alone up here. Something's watching us.
Yeah. See, there's Doom Show in the chat. He knows quite a lot about this kind of stuff. I mean, the moon. Do you know there's actually in the history books that the moon didn't exist at a certain point in time?
There's all the indigenous tribes that talk about the moon suddenly appearing in the sky one day, yeah.
Yeah. So was it artificially put here? Yeah, I think it was. I definitely think it's hollow. I definitely think there's something inside the moon. And the reason I say that is what ship was it that launched back at it and it rung like a bell? What was his name?
But no, it was the rover. NASA messed up the fucking
That's right.
calculations for it. And instead of this is what happened. Why they try to enforce utilizing the metric system whenever you do international missions like this. This is actually the main reason. Is because the calculations were done in feet, but they were programmed into meters. So the rover essentially tried jumping down, launching down 3 times further than it was supposed to.
I think
if something wasn't hollow, it wouldn't ring like it did.
I think it was put here for 3 reasons. One, it's getting used as a base, right? 2, it controls the tides of the earth for a reason. It's controlling the climates of the world. Think about it. I mean, they say without the moon, the earth would be less habitable, right? So maybe the intelligent beings, whoever they are, when they came, maybe thought, oh, let's put a base up there. They'll think that these stupid monkeys, that's us, by the way, because at that time we were kind of chimps and stuff like that before they started manipulating ways. We'll just think it's a moon eventually. But then we got intelligent enough to go up there, and then we were sent packing again.
Now, quite frankly, given our history, would you want us to be anywhere off of our own little world until we figure out our own shit?
I mean, what do you guys in the chat think? What's your opinions in the chat about the moon? It's got so many secrets, especially the dark side of the moon, and not just for Pink Floyd. I had to add that there. I'm a Pink Floyd fan. There's so many buildings that have been spied on the dark side of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I mean, seriously, would you want us humans getting off this world and start colonizing space, colonizing the planets, the way we are
Not
right now?
until we
the
got
way
our
the
shit
wars are?
together.
Hmm.
You know, this actually brings up a couple points. First off, if anybody wants to have a good little read on this type of stuff, I honestly do recommend it. And I know Chris is going to make fun of me the second I say something.
No, I'm not saying. I will promise not to say a word.
And because he's been begging me to get her back on the show because he loves her accent. But Elena Denon, she published a new book.
Bonjour.
She's in Orlando right now. She's probably a little jet lagged. She released a new book that details her insights from supposedly Enki and all of these beings that were involved in the early genetic manipulation of mankind. They talk about the moon, everything like that. Honestly, I give it a read, but you know, Doom Show's talking about destroy the moon now. You don't want to do that. The good ones are up there right now. The ones we want helping us out. But there's another, her name is she's a medium. Her name is Elizabeth April. She published a book called You're Not Dying, You're Just Waking Up. Basically, if you think you're a starseed and you're starting to go through a transition, honestly, pick up this book because she does a pretty good job of trying to walk you through that process. Both her and Elena both mentioned that the human race is actually a combination of several different species throughout the galaxy. Elizabeth April claims that this was an experiment as a peace treaty. Because if all these humans with all their different colors, different genetic backgrounds, all the different cultures, histories, if they can pull their heads out of their asses, this is not what she said, but I'm sure she would agree with me. She ain't afraid to use that type of language. Yeah. If we humans can pull our heads out of our asses, sit down and actually talk to one another, not get obsessed over social media status. Oh, this person's popular, that person. That doesn't matter. If we can actually get together, sit down and talk and figure shit out, working together, that will completely offset the tides of what's been going on in the universe.
I mean, that is quite interesting. I think you're right, Dakota. I think that's what maybe it is a big experiment. You think about all the other planets that are meant to be in the solar system, and you notice only each planet has a different race. So this is a kind of mix and match race, and if this works out, who knows where humankind will be in 1,000 years from now?
You made, I will say that this. You made a bit of a joke about possibly blowing up a planet in your past alien life.
Yeah. Oh well, I wouldn't worry about that.
No, I'm just hold on just a sec. They say there may have been at one point, this is acknowledged by mainstream science, that in the space between Mars and Jupiter, where the asteroid belt is, the reason why that particular belt is so thick is because many of those asteroids are actually remnants of a destroyed planet, something that Elena gets into. There used to be an Anunnaki colony right there that completely got decimated.
Are you talking about Planet X?
No.
So
not
where does Planet X come in? Anything?
Planet X, first off, Nibiru, Planet X, it's not what people think. No. Planet X is supposed to be something that's farther off than the orbit of Pluto. And yes, there is mathematical calculations that suggest the reason why the solar system behaves the way it does is because there may be a planet outside of where we can physically see. And in fact, the little star app I use to help keep track of satellites and all that whenever I'm watching for stuff, it even
Mhm.
takes into account where they think it might be.
See, I find it very interesting what Doom Show, The Last Train Out, said. We are an experiment in time, a circle. This has happened before many times. Can we break the cycle? Right? I mean, how many civilizations have been on the Earth? What is it, 6 or 7? They reckon we're the 7th civilization.
In theory, yes.
Where does it end? Do we wipe ourselves out in nuclear war and then another civilization comes along?
Oh, I believe the Jeff Goldblum puts it perfectly in Jurassic Park. Life always finds a way.
Yeah.
I'm just putting this link up for the platforms that don't exactly get the descriptions or the chat.
Yeah.
So that way they can check it out. And like I said on the last show, we are an Amazon affiliate, so we do get a small commission, but it doesn't affect the price. So that's legal bounds.
You
But
say
anyway.
about destroying the moon, right? Let's think about this, right? Destroy the moon. If the moon is solid rock and is just a moon, right? You blow that up, right? There's going to be chunks moon headed towards the Earth the size of the United States, right? Which would kill everybody, right? But then if there's artificial intelligence on that, or there's alien life on that inside it, say there's, like, hypothetically, just go with me here, say there's cities inside it, right? Our weapons are not going to do nothing to them. They're going to do nothing to them because they'll stop it. They'll not let us do that.
I mean, just think about it. And there's stories of a particular spot in Russia and spots all over here on Earth.
Yeah.
That are speculated by some to be some sort of hidden asteroid defense system.
Yeah.
To basically shoot anything that would be life threatening away off course so it won't hit the planet. Who's to say that if ETs are involved with the moon, they don't got something up there just like it?
Look, these extraterrestrials are highly advanced. Our top fighters can't even catch them. There's been cases where aircraft or top fighters, the most sophisticated jets ever built, have fired at them and their rounds have went right through them. Right? And then they've whizzed away. Right? So what's to say, right, hypothetically, we make it to space, right? And we start towards the Earth, we start towards the moon, sorry, and we fire our missiles at the moon, right? What's to stop them launching a couple of their UFOs, blowing them up? Or putting some kind of field out like a shield and they instantly all explode.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's something. I think the moon's here for another reason too. I mean, you think about it. A lot of the spiritual people see the moon; they get like energy for the moon, right? Do you think that it's maybe part of the human program, the moon? Maybe it helps because I've noticed that seeing like a full moon, people act weird. A super moon, people act weird. So maybe it's there for a reason. Yes, it's to make the climate better for us humans. 2, it's a base for them to stay on. And 3, it's maybe giving energy to life forms on Earth. You know? But we'll never know until we go back. As the Chinese, are they not going back?
They've been back.
Did they ever release anything? Or they were quite quiet about what they released.
Right.
You know?
There was some speculation that they may have caught images of what looked like a dome on the moon. Now, the official statement that came out is just a big, funky looking rock. But they also say Oumuamua, the long cigar-shaped asteroid, was cloaked UFO. Even Elena said that it was cloaked to look like a weird-looking asteroid.
I agree because there's so much weirdness with that Oumuamua. When it was leaving our system, it sped up. How? How did it speed up?
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit. It sped. It slowed down in our solar system. It came past. It went round. It started to go. It was slow, slow, and then all of a sudden it started to get really fast and disappeared.
I mean, there's been certain cases where they would utilize the orbits of the gravitational pulls of planet to essentially, slingshot craft
Yep.
in order to try to get it into deeper space.
Yes.
But it's supposed to gain momentum when that happens.
Yes.
It's not supposed to slow down. It may look like it's slowing down if we're watching it, but in reality, it's actually speeding up a hell of a lot.
What have we got there for Scottish Outlook or Dakota?
Those full moons, blood moons may be an exercise and part of the experiments, and that energy is part of the experiment we are on.
Very interesting. We have Doom Show last train out. What's this? Just bring it up, actually. The missing up there, it's a laboratory. We are not free until it goes. Uamuma was an alien satellite. They found us. To be purely honest with Doom Show, I think
They
they've
didn't
known about us
find
for a
us.
long
They've been
time.
known.
They've known about us for a long time. I think unless it was a different type of alien species that didn't know about us.
Yeah. We're treating. Here's another thing with comments like Doom Joe just made. We're treating like all this vast universe is one. All these beings are one singular party. That invites so much bias and ignorance to where if they wanted to attack us, they'll have a million different ways we would have barely dreamed of to take us out if they wanted to. There's declassified documents saying they don't want to start a fight, but they will if we try.
We're too primitive, and that's what people think. Oh, I've got the new iPhone 15 or 16. You know what I mean? We're primitive. We're primitive. Right? And that's what it's to say about it. We're primitive. Good God, but it makes you wonder. I mean, you think of the patents that the US military released for starships, the secret space program.
Like I said, we could do a whole nother show about that because, once again, I made this clear here at least here in the US, and I imagine in the UK too. If you're gonna file a patent for something, you got to show it fucking works in the first place.
Yeah.
Now, of course, pay someone under the table, ignoring stuff like that happening, which happens. But
I will say this. If there is another war, Third World War, I do think the technology we've got that we've not shown will totally destroy the enemy. Will totally destroy them. But the extraterrestrials that are looking after this planet, and let's face it, they are looking after this planet. They're not happy that we're polluting. Let's face it, because we do pollute, plastic, particular, and nuclear weapons. That's a big no-no with them. And I honestly think they're waiting for us to give them up. Do you know that?
Maybe.
And a lot of people say, the aliens are going to come and invade and take us away and probe us and do terrible things to us and kill us and stuff like that. Look, aliens have been here for a while. If they wanted to kill us all, we would be dead long ago.
It's like, again, and this is one thing I'm trying to stress. Our notions are inviting so much damn bias. We're failing the fucking experiment if that's the case.
There's
just because something looks different.
There is Scottish Outlook saying that. Now that is very interesting. Dakota, you know more than this, don't you?
There have been eyes from the other side on the situation in Ukraine, but do be careful because once again, times of war are going to bring out all the new toys.
Yes.
1, 2. I can verify this with my law enforcement contacts. There is actually a bombing range not too far from where I live. And there's been times where they run drills. when they go to do this, the military is supposed to put out, press releases towards, media outlets for them to report it, so people don't start spamming. Oh my God, we're getting bombed! Blah, 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 blah. Okay. News agency here, one of the main ones down in my area, fucking sucks. They released that press release 2 days late. And I can verify with my law enforcement contacts that there were been calls put in about people swearing up and down that they see the military fighting off an alien invasion at that bombing range.
See, that's...
It goes a step further. There's one more step. There also happens to be a hot springs that's closing down soon, unfortunately. That's within eyeshot of said bombing range. You could go down there, have a nice swim, and watch as what looks like spinning lights. Oh.
Block. There we go.
Block.
There we go.
It looks... you see, they go to block UFOs, but YouTube won't block the fucking porn bots.
I know. That's when you know that you're getting out there, though. When all the bots start coming along.
They also try to tag up, low active profiles, so that way it gets, so no one takes them down and they can flag people for viruses. Yeah,
but see, that's YouTube. We've been getting thousands of views, and then they take them all off us.
Yep, and it's not just us. I mean, Christina's been getting it. Elena, she's seen some hits, but nowhere near as bad because that woman could practically start a cult. And I say this with love. With love.
Oh,
I got nothing but respect.
You know where he stays. You know where he stays, Elena. You know where he stays.
Elena, my old commanding officer.
But honestly, I get a laugh with the bots that come on. I've been in big channels where they got maybe 200 people in the chat, and the amount of bots that comes in is ridiculous. I mean, it's you think YouTube would, I mean, YouTube takes their views but lets them do what they want.
Well, I mean, think about it. There's certain OnlyFans creators who come out and fully admitted to getting their accounts restored across Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, because they slept with the moderators.
That's terrible.
I'm serious. They came out and said it.
It's not just that, Tate. It's not, we're monetized, right, guys? We're monetized. The wee thing doing the bottom if you want to put a donation in or anything like that, right? But YouTube takes half of that. Well, it takes 3/4 of that, which is ridiculous. Okay, I mean,
and YouTube views get paid like children in sweatshops in China.
Yeah, it's a shame, you know. It really is. I'm just reading the chat. The new guys, was that the Living History Mysteries? Yeah, they accidentally came in the wrong room.
Oh. They were looking for the Desperate for a Date room. Try My Sisters, #1.
There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to announce tonight that Bald Bonkers is going into the dating agency. Dakota here's going to.
I mean, Coast to Coast done it.
I know.
Why the fuck not?
We call it paranormal alien date. Do you want to be beamed up, took away to a distant world?
No. That
honestly,
that's just lame. That's just a lame name.
If everybody wants to go to a different world,
there's too much. There's too much. Too much. No. We'll call it Probe Me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That is good. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Me, Supernatural Dating Service.
There you go, Sherry in the room. She's in for that. There you go, Sherry. You in for that?
Cheesy.
Oh.
You got to remember, there's a delay between when we see the chat and what actually goes out. So she's calling yours cheesy and mine, what the fuck?
Yeah. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you like that idea and you want a hot date or probed, contact Dakota and see if he can make it happen for you. You know?
Sherry's going to be in charge of that.
Aye, we're going to make Sherry in charge of that, ladies and gentlemen. She is going to be in charge of the dating side of things. You know, I think that's fair. You know, she can also guide you to the online store. If you're into that kind of stuff. There you go. I
Look,
bet she's
Sherry,
laughing.
like I said, there is a supplier that we can put together, hook you up with, so you can sell off your
Ladies and
sex
gentlemen.
toys.
Be thankful this is an over 18 rated show. It should be an over 50-year-old show. This, you know, I honestly don't know.
Over
Sometimes, you know.
50? Well, then what the hell am I doing here?
I don't know. You'd be kind of like kid version. I would have to. I'm not over 50 either, so I wouldn't be allowed to. It'd just be an empty room, like wind howling. You know.
Now you-
Send the email. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Calling
You see,
Sherry a pimp.
see, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Join Boiled and Bonkers, and you get to meet Sherry. What more could you possibly want?
Oh, Rudy's probably having an aneurysm right now.
He's probably rolling about the flare, grabbing his arm and his chest.
Either that or taking notes. Like again.
He's probably looking up. See, US version. Probe me. Oh, here it's here. Boiled and Bonkers. What? You look.
Wow.
It's a Sunday night. I know. It's a Sunday night. You've got to have a laugh, ladies and gentlemen. I'll probe anyone. Oh, fuck.
I think we should probably start looking into offering up therapy services as well.
Yeah, we could get some. There's some people in the chat that could do the therapy. Drew's paranormal vlog. We could get her in for the therapy. We'll get like a leather chair and like a book and a pen to write things down. You know?
Hopefully that she'll actually have writing because people can hardly understand her.
You know, it's all set. There you go. A dating agency and counselling at the same time. What more could you possibly want? Look, guys, you've all got to have a laugh on a Sunday. You know.
This almost feels
Honestly.
wrong to say, considering I could hear the sermon from the Catholic Church next door earlier.
Really? There you go. You could also weddings. You know the priest next door. You could do an online weddings. You know, slap him a couple of dollars.
Do you know there is actually a long distance marriage service?
Oh my god! There you go. There you go. If Doom Show's still here, Doom Show, we've got your Catholic Church next door, man. We're fine if you want like blessed or anything like that. He's your man.
Oh, dear God, Sherry, what the hell?
What is it? What is it? What's Sherry put now? I'm not. What's that? I'm not that one.
No, not that one.
What do you? Oh,
Sherry just admitted she's a dominatrix.
We also offer that too, ladies and gentlemen, for a small fee. Please contact Dakota.
Sweet Jesus, there's going to be some weird ass emails after this.
See if there's anybody out there that want to send any weird, strange emails or just visit Dakota on Twitter. Twitter's the place to be. He will answer you back and he'll look at every picture possible.
You know, I actually did set something up, you know, for this type of situation. I'm being serious here. Yeah, so I'm just looking through to get the link.
David
right now.
Hope, welcome. What do you think? It's somebody in the chat there on Facebook.
Like, all right. Here's the link. If you want to send all weird, unsolicited sexual messages, feel free to use this link.
That's probably me or something. That's just sending that to me. See if I get any strange messages now. I'm going to send them straight to Sherry. I'm going to make Sherry my my receptionist.
Oh dear Lord, this is going so off rails.
But it's
Lewis, Moonblade, this is what happens when you leave us without a guest.
I'm blaming Moonblade here. I think it's Moonblade's fault. I'm blaming
he's
this.
the birthday boy. Let's blame him.
That's what age was he, by the way?
I don't know, like 45, 46, somewhere in there.
46? Was it no 79? No.
You missed opportunity for with us not saying 69, but
honestly, if you've got any message, if there's any ladies out there that's single in your 90s or 80s, this young man here is single. And contact me and I'll put you in line for him. You know, I can have a wee talk with him, you know, and get him to contact you back.
What have I done?
What exactly? See, I might get all the mad messages and strange things now, but he's going to get even more. You know? So, what's on this week? Is there any UFO shows? Is the Smith Family Paranormal doing any shows this week?
I don't know. Are they fucking awake so they can actually, share with the rest of the class? You're trying to get them some better numbers. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, what do we have coming up? I should really have like a digital calendar thing set up so I can just look and go, oh, yeah, we have.
Yeah.
All right. We have. Let me pull up the right fucking account. No, not
Yes.
my dominatrix email. What the hell?
Well, you don't tell Sherry that. She'll be emailing you just shortly.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What do we have? We have Lisa.
Yes.
Lisa and her friend. What was her friend's name?
What was her friend's name? She was a pet psychic. The pet psychic is coming on.
Yeah, the Dr. Doolittle lady is coming back.
Yes. I want to hear about my dead goldfish. It's only been dead 26 years.
Oh, dear Lord. Then on the 30th, that will probably count as our Halloween special, as we have Brian J. Laverty talking about his hunt at Bobby Mackey's. You know, where Raymond was there with him, yeah, they should probably come on together.
Here's the thing, Brian. He's a hairstylist. I did not know that, and I'm still in shock yet. You know, we should get some hair tips from him. Obviously, no for us too, because we're completely fucking bald. But for the ladies in there, we should get Brian. If you're watching this, man, if you're watching this now, why don't you put out that video how to do the perfect hairstyle in a paranormal situation?
Yeah. Yeah, just shave your head.
Sherry? They tried to act, but they lost what they're
innocent, but they lost their handcuffs. And oh my dear Lord!
I'm not even mentioning that what she said, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just stopping at handcuffs. Did you know that those used to be a headache remedy?
What, handcuffs?
No, the other thing.
Really?
Those were invented to help with. I don't know.
How in God's name was that?
Probably from trauma, from it being shoved up there. Oh, no, my headache's gone. Leave me alone.
I mean, seriously. Oh my God. How did God?
I mean, I would understand constipation, but
I could make constipation worse with it, though.
Well, you know.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. But there you go. I hope everybody has a fantastic week anyway, you know. If not, we'll be banned and we'll be off of YouTube and we'll be on the podcast by then.
Well, you know, if we get banned on YouTube, remember we do have the backup YouTube account. We're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on Trovo, we're on D Live, we're on Facebook, we're on, Pornhub. No way, I'm kidding.
Yes. Oh, dear. Honestly, I just don't know. Sometimes I just do not know. It shouldn't be allowed out, ladies and gentlemen. It should not be allowed out.
Why do you think I work night shift? Minimal exposure to normal people.
I'm the same. I don't like being around people. I'm kind of strange that way, you know. I really am.
Oh yeah, I got that thing with Lisa tomorrow.
What thing with Lisa?
She's invited me with the for her class.
Oh, what's that? Is it like you got to be doing aerobics or something like that?
No, talking spooky stories and all that.
Spooky
and yes, Andrina, there's a lot of things y'all don't know about me.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of worried, ladies and gentlemen, the stories that he's been telling lately, you know. But there you go. I think it's been a fantastic night tonight, and we should do these shows more often, you know. Can you imagine if we had Sherry and Drew up at the same time? I mean, that would just be madness.
Thank God I just screen grabbed that where you froze right there. Your mouth was like,
what was like that? That kind of thing.
Yeah, it kind of looks like you wanted that moon rock up your. Just kidding.
Well, the moon rock's worth a lot of money. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've all had a fantastic night, but I am absolutely very tired tonight after my ghost hunting. Well, it wasn't really ghost hunting, wandering around a big graveyard in the rain, really, you know. But was that your kind of cool look there, you know?
Sorry, that's starting to hear shit.
PWI Spiritual Investigators. See, I can do a cool voice too. You got to fight back when with these guys. Defo as you're a lad. What? They make us work hard. Well, Dakota, I definitely, Dakota's the fairest boss you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so
Yeah. He lets everybody do what they want. Really, you know?
pretty much, yeah.
We'll have to call him God and stuff like that. And we have to bow to him at the meetings and stuff like that. You know? But it's just these things you have to do.
My God.
Yeah. Well, Stephanie, there you go. I didn't butcher your name. Good night to you. Good night, Scottish Outlooker. Good night, Sherry. Good night, Drew. Good night, Living History. Good night, everyone. Good night, John Boy. There you go. I hope you all have a fantastic week. And Sherry's new agency and shop will be open soon. Contact Dakota.
Yeah, just
Play that
make
trailer.
sure Christmas is coming up, so instead of wasting your money on Sherry stuff, be sure to visit BaldenBonkersShop.com and
Yes.
give us some merch to help us out. There's plenty of cool stuff on there. We are actually a Marvel affiliate now as well.
Ooh. I don't know why I did that. I sounded like Frankie Howard there. You know?
I was about to say that was a bad Yoda. What the hell?
Interesting that is.
My God.
What?
Oh Lordy, we should probably end this
Right,
before we
let's
go
end
even
it. I want to
further
go
off
bed,
the
ladies
rails.
and gentlemen.
Okay.
See you all
Yeah,
next week.
Sleep tight, oh man. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Right, and if they do, cuddle up tight and send them to Dakota tomorrow night.
Don't give me that shit. My sister already caused that problem.
There you go.
Be sure to visit baldenbonkers.net for all of our amazing projects and sneak peeks of what is to come.